We're going to open up the floor and take all of your questions on today's San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. Thank you so much for hanging out here with us. Hope everybody out there is having a fantastic and fun-filled weekend. Let's take your questions here on the show and begin with our guy Nathan Eds, who predicts that Deebo Samuel is going to be gone June 1st and that Jamal Adams signs with the San Francisco 49ers in free agency, and that Ricky Pearsall reminds him of Cooper Kupp. So in talking about Deebo Samuel here, I think he returns for 2024. That's been my prediction all along, that the Niners run it back with a little bit of a last dance type of feel to try to go all in with this collection of talent to win a Super Bowl this upcoming season. Now, if you cut Deebo Samuel post June 1, $11.3 million in dead money, and then you save $17.2 million. If you traded Deebo Samuel post June 1, $6.5 million in dead money, $22 million in cap savings. The Niners stopped taking calls on day 2 of the draft on Deebo. Prior to that, according to some chatter, they were taking calls on Deebo, but never came close to trading him. But if you're trying to save money and you think about a post-June 1 trade, if you wanted to go that route, those are the financial implications. As for Jamal Adams, I'm going to say no. If you convert him to linebacker, maybe. But I'd still say no ultimately. Been injured too much, body banged up, physically not the same player, always injured. And with Seattle, goes down as one of the worst trades, one of the worst acquisitions, and one of the worst contract extensions in recent memory, and as far as the trade goes of all time. And Ricky Pearsall, Cooper Kupp 2.0. I see a little Cooper Kupp, Adam Thielen. Brian Baldinger said a bigger and stronger and faster Julian Edelman. That's not a bad comp. You could also throw a little bit of Tyler Lockett in there, operating out of the slot, although he's definitely taller than Tyler Lockett and could go up and get it a little bit. But with the footwork and route running and getting crafty with the shoulder fakes and the head movement to fake out defenders coming out of his break, those are some receiver comps right there. Not all white guys. Nick Dolfer would love to see the 49ers pick up some free agent offensive linemen to compete. Would also love the addition of Justin Simmons. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Now in the NFL draft, I liked what the Niners did in taking Dominic Pooney, who played very well as the left tackle for Kansas last year. Did not give up a sack in more than 700 snaps. One of 3 left tackles to do that in college football. Shorter arms, shorter wingspan that falls under the requirements that the Niners usually have for offensive tackles, but he played well there. I think he's more of an interior offensive lineman. He even said after he got drafted, I think that I can play every single position. Athletic, strong, packs a punch, good scheme fit. I'm excited about him. And then Jarrett Kingston, I think, is more of an interior offensive lineman too. So I don't think they're going to go interior offensive lineman unless an injury happens in free agency. At offensive tackle, it just shocks me that the Niners didn't draft any competition for Colton McKivitz. And it doesn't surprise me for this regime, I guess I should say, because they've never really prioritized that spot. But it's been an issue the last couple of years. And I think they need to start taking offensive line a little bit seriously. The best offensive tackles out there, it is certainly slim pickings. Niner Dad, catch you on my lunch. Who's your favorite addition to the team? Draft-wise, Renardo Green. I like the attitude, the swagger, the confidence, and the physicality that he plays with. Malik Mustafa is up there. I've warmed up to Ricky Pearsall. Jacob Cowing is a fun player to watch because at 5'8", 5'9", 4'3", 4'4", 40 guy, he's very quick and is a mismatch problem. I'm excited to see how Kyle Shanahan can use him and Ricky Pearsall on the offense, especially with some of the gadget plays that they can include them in on. Dominic Pooney, you addressed offensive line. And then as far as UDFAs go, Cody Schrader, Drake Nugent. If they both make the 53-man roster, I won't be surprised. And under the radar acquisition in free agency, Isaac Yiadom, who analytically was excellent last year in coverage for the New Orleans Saints. He got him on a very affordable one-year contract. Our sponsor for today's mailbag is Prize Picks, always making daily fantasy sports easy. You pick 2 or more players, you choose more or less on the projected stats, and you can win up to 25 times your money. Head to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS for a $100 deposit match. Some futures here with Prize Picks. Christian McCaffrey, more on the rushing total. Michael Pittman, more on the receiving total. And then Derrick Henry, more than 10.5 rushing touchdowns. Within the Prize Pick app, you can withdraw your winnings. You can win big money. Pick more, pick less. Pick Prize Picks today, the best, largest, go-to daily fantasy sports app in North America. We'll put that link down in the show notes and in the comment section of this video. Nathan Eds, a $2 super chat. Who is your favorite all-time practice squad player? As far as what he has become throughout the course of his career, a name does come to mind. Raheem Mostert couldn't stick on a roster, finally did, and has ended up having a lot of success. Who else? I mean, it's hard to really go deep into the memory bank and come up with some names. Man, you let me know. Drop me some names down in the comment section. Leon Sandcastle, Cowing has the best acceleration in this class. Hits 13 miles per hour and 5 yards. We will see him in the cheat play that Miami uses with Tyreek Hill when he gets a running start. He tried it with Deebo, didn't work. Yeah, that running play that kind of is adopted in a way from old school Arena League football. Remember that? When they would allow their wide receivers to start like 10 yards behind the quarterback and then run straight up. Now, at the NFL level, it's not quite that. It's more the player is on the run, and then they jet up field after that pre-snap motion. I'd like to see that for Jacob Cowing. With Deebo, he kind of struggles to track the long ball at times. If you really want to get nerdy about some of the Niners' picks here, and you want to do some like scouting analysis, and maybe this will help you in the future for how they evaluate players, they drafted a lot of players in this class who have this short area quickness. So they look at like 10-yard splits and 20-yard splits, and then the miles per hour within those splits on what they're reaching here, and they like those players with the short area burst. Another gauge of that is the broad jump and then the vertical jump. Ricky Pearsall, 42-inch vert. Jacob Cowing, short area quickness. Ricky Pearsall, short area quickness. They like these players and prioritize those players in the draft that are a little bit twitchy, short area. Maybe they don't necessarily run the best 40-yard dashes like Renardo Green, 4.5 guy, but it's not all about that at the NFL level. Are you going to be able to turn your hips? Do you have ball skills? Do you have instincts? Can you backpedal? Can you come in and out of your breaks with acceleration and deceleration? It's so much more than just a 40-yard dash, but I'm excited about Cowing for sure. Logan, are you worried about our roster after the 2024 season? I'd say the questions that I have are right tackle still, center, backup tight end, sack production opposite of Bosa, defensive tackle, corner. And like, it's not like those are pressing concerns where they're terrible in those areas. I'd say the starting talent, pretty good for San Francisco. Some of the depth in some areas, I think they could get a little bit better, but they still have arguably the best roster in the NFL. We're really nitpicking at that point. Joe G with the new profile picture. Chase, what do you think of UDFA defensive tackle Evan Anderson, listed at 6'5", 350 with Chris Kosarek's tutelage? He's going to be a monster in the middle. Yeah, his pre-draft numbers didn't list him as big as that, but he is big. He could certainly occupy a lot of real estate. He is a good first step. I thought this was pretty telling that the Niners gave him $280,000, $30K just to sign with the Niners as a UDFA. That's practice squad type of money. So clearly they like the potential, and you didn't address defensive line at all in the draft, nor did you address defensive tackle. So Evan Anderson could be one of your developmental defensive tackles on this team. Pate Ace, do you think Nick Sorensen can improve this defense from last year? Is this another coordinator from the Niners that will become a head coach in the making? It's going to take him at least, a couple of years, right, to become a head coach. I think we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves in talking about him as a head coach, but trust Kyle Shanahan as far as his coaching judgment goes. Robert Saleh worked. D'Amico Ryans worked. Mike McDaniel worked. He helped Sean McVay. He helped the LaFleurs. He helped Clint Kubiak get the OC job with the New Orleans Saints. He is a very talented coach when it comes to his eye for coaching ability. And I think that having Brandon Staley on the staff is a good security plan in case it doesn't work out or if Brandon Staley needs to give him some guidance. But let's give credit to Nick Sorensen. He played in the league for a long time. He came up under Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll, very good offensive mind in his day. He's earned this for sure. Logan, another one. This is Drake Jackson's last chance, right? I'm not wrong in saying this. I think Drake Jackson could be a cut candidate for San Francisco. Entering year 3, second-round pick. He has shown some ability so far in his NFL career, but either has been injured a lot or the coaching staff hasn't trusted him to the point where he was a healthy scratch down the stretch in 2022 and then got injured in 2023. And it's crazy because when he started off as a rookie, he had a couple of sacks in his first few games. Week 1 last year, he had 3 sacks against the Pittsburgh Steelers. You see the length. You see the athleticism. You see the ability. But there's been some chatter about him not taking the game all that seriously. That doesn't bode well because the Niners want players who love ball. Now, because he was a second-round pick, if you cut him post-June 1, there's going to be some money that you have to eat, but in fact, it's not that much because he was a second-round pick. $336,000 in dead money, $1.2 million in cap savings. He could be a cut candidate. In fact, that could be a bold prediction looking ahead to training camp if he doesn't bring it. He's on the hot seat. Be sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications. Therefore, when we go live, you will be notified. Thanks for watching. Always love these segments where we can chop it up with the faithful.